Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Hoodoo London. This is the case of the Idaho quadruple murders that took place on the 13th of December 2022. May all the victims rest in peace, condolence to their families, and may justice be served. This is the Kings Road house. And most of us have seen this body cam footage. This is for entertainment purpose only. I find it really disturbing and concerning that all these youngsters in Idaho, Moscow, either don't live in the properties, pretend that they don't know who owns the property or who lives there. Everyone seems to be a stranger that suddenly just came in. The reason that it's concerning is when you look at the body cam footage of the Banfield video, you will notice when the police officers asked the three minors where they came from, they couldn't remember. They were asked who was the host of the party you attended to. Two of them kept quiet. The third one hesitated and said, "I believe his name is Matt." So we are dealing with people who are lying a lot. I'm being honest. This is for entertainment purpose only. Imagine if they are lying to the police and they don't fear of the law and the police. Imagine what they do behind doors.
Come to the door, guys. Send whoever lives here down to the door. Not leaving. We can also see you.
Yeah. For the most part. They're scared.
Oh my god!
Okay.
So I just looked for everyone that lives here, and they're not here right now.
No one's here that
No one's here
that lives here at all.
No one's here that lives
So
here.
everyone here is trespassing?
Well, no one's here that's trespassing, but no one that lives here is here right now.
So where'd they go?
They're just not here. I have no clue where they went. No clue.
So you guys just throwing a party in their house at this
They were
time?
here at one point. They're not here right now. I just searched all the rooms.
They left and went over to some other party, and everyone is about to
I just
leave to
searched
go
all
over
the
to
rooms.
another
I just
party.
found-
Okay.
Who does live here? What are their names?
I am actually not sure. I live across the street. I just came over. I haven't drank a drop.
Male, female?
I think it's mainly females. I think it's like 4
What
females.
sorority are they affiliated with?
I don't know.
I don't know if they're
I
associated with the. I don't know.
So
I guarantee you they're associated with the sorority. As many of them are living here. It's an off-campus sorority house.
I find it interesting that the guy standing in front of the camera said that he lives opposite the road. I wonder if he heard the quadruple murders. I wonder if he knew what was going on, since he seems to be partying in this house. Then you have Hunter Johnson behind him. Let's not forget Hunter was one of the multiple people who came to the scene first before 911. Hunter practically lives in the house because the body cam with Kaylee Congals out in the backyard, he was present then too. None of these youngsters obey the law. They lie a lot, but it's strange that the police let them get away each and every time. The media and the public addressed this house as the party house. I can understand why, because there was too many parties going on there. And that can easily trigger up the neighbors because they can't get sleep. And that can attract psychopaths. Allegedly. That is a fact. I just don't understand why Moscow, Idaho police did not stop these parties. They were used to coming with their body cams and telling them to keep the noise down. But I believe honestly that the quadruple murders could have been prevented if they dispersed everyone from having parties like this.
So everyone here is trespassing?
Well, no one's here that's trespassing, but no one that lives here is here right now.
So where'd they go?
They're just not here. I have no clue where they went. No clue.
So you guys just throwing a party in their house at this
They were
time?
here at one point. They're not here right now. I just searched all the rooms.
They left and went over to some other party, and everyone is about to
I just
go
searched all
over
the
to
rooms
another
and looked
party.
for them.
Okay. Who does live here? What are their names?
I am actually not sure. I live across the street. I just came over. I haven't drank a drop.
Male, female?
I think it's mainly females. I think it's like 4 females.
What sorority are they affiliated with?
I don't know.
I don't know if they're associated with the. I don't know.
So
I guarantee you they're associated with the sorority. As many of them are living here. It's an off-campus sorority house. I've been a cop for 22 years here. I'm not stupid. Don't play dumb games with me. I'd rather deal with this as a noise complaint than getting a hold of the Greek council and the Greek board and all of that and the students and playing all these stupid fucking games.
do you
All I want to do is
Really
I don't
quick
know.
question? Do you
because I
want us,
guarantee you there's a lot of underage drinking because they left their alcohol behind.
do you want us to try and get a name or a phone number and
If
we
you
can
could.
call someone?
We just need to talk to somebody who lives here, because otherwise I have to be under the assumption you guys are unlawfully entered because no one who lives here is here.
Okay.
Right.
We'll go.
So I need
get
to
a phone
verify
number.
that there was a party here.
We'll
Now
go
everyone
We'll
laughs.
go get a phone number. We'll be right back.
Thanks,
Sorry, we're
guys.
not trying to make your life.
I understand. I just letting you know this is how it's going to play out. I'm not going anywhere until I talk to
No, we're not
somebody.
trying
I
to
can do that.
just know.
You guys mind just leave?
The officers clearly said that we are aware of there's a lot of alcohol drinks here and there's a lot of minors drinking there. So what makes us believe that the boys in the Banfield video body cam could have possibly come from here? Because there are many minors drinking and partying in this house. And look at them lying to the police. I'm trying to figure out why everyone was ruled out so early. This is strange. They're supposed to take their time with each person of interest and try and connect the dots. Because the mayor said it was a crime of passion, the police said it was a targeted, isolated attack. They ruled them out literally the first week. And now there's 3 unidentified male DNAs found inside and outside the house. That is what happens when everyone is ruled out too soon.
To find evidence 5 days after a horrific quadruple killing at this Idaho home, a dramatic new revelation from the county coroner. At least one of the victims was killed in their bed. Tonight, the family of Kaylee Gonzalez left with few answers.
My husband is in contact with them every day, the FBI, Moscow, Idaho State Police, and every day he just says, "Nothing, babe." And I'm like, "Nothing?" And he's like, "Nothing. I mean, just nothing."
Police releasing a map showing where the victims were in the approximate hours before their deaths, asking the public for any information.
We're doing the fastest job, the most thorough job, though, that we can to hold the integrity of this case and maintain that.
You'll have heard it from the chief himself. They're doing the fastest job, but thorough job. How could you do a fast and thorough job? It's better to do the job not quickly. Let it take its time. But at least you'll be doing it correctly. I'm not saying they have done it incorrect, but you can't do a job fast, and that is from the chief's own mouth. I think they were trying to rule out people, which is fair, but they shouldn't be ruling out the people who are too close to the investigation, to the people that they're investigating in this crime.
Doing the fastest job, the most thorough job, though, that we can to hold the integrity of this case and maintain that.
No sign of forced entry. Their house had a keypad lock.
It was a very popular house, so I know for a fact that people who weren't necessarily roommates of the house did have that code. So no sign of forced entry doesn't necessarily mean that they were invited in.
With the FBI now joining the investigation, police say 2 other roommates were also home at the time of the murders but survived uninjured and are cooperating. Officials say there was no sign of forced entry. Their house had a keypad lock.
It was a very popular house, so I know for a fact that people who weren't necessarily roommates of the house did have that code. So no sign of forced entry doesn't necessarily mean that they were invited in.
So it seems like dozens and hundreds of people had the code. The police said that the suspect came from the sliding door. How do we know that? We can hear Kaylee's sister, Alivira, saying clearly that hundreds of people, many people had the code. If there were many suspects, some could have entered from the sliding door and some could have entered from the front door with the keypad code. I wonder if Xana felt like she was under a threat because her father came and changed her room lock. Just a question. Did she feel unsafe there? Did she and Ethan have enemies, allegedly? Were they having issues with the Sigma Chi boys? Because they were there at the party in the Sigma Chi lost before they came home, allegedly. The reason I say allegedly is the police didn't even know about Xana and Eaton's whereabouts. They were asking the public for information. Let's not forget that. So how do we know that they have the correct timelines? We were told the murders happened between 3 to 4 a.m. And then a couple of months later, we hear that no, it was 5 past 4 or 4 or 4:15. How could one man have done a quadruple murder in 7 minutes? Brian Koberger is not a military man. He's not a hitman. Please like, share, and subscribe. May justice be served for these 4 victims. Condolence to their families.